are working and publishing, but it is not affecting our people. The technologies that are coming, you can see the groundnut, the gari processing, whatever, but it's not making any sense. Poverty has still refused to reduce, whereas the innovative companies are literally run by non-Nigerian technology. So what we should do to manage very well is literally to turn the arrows. Whether it is this type of conferences, whether it is our policy making, whether it is our partnerships, we must turn the arrows and push these three houses until they start overlapping. When they overlap, that overlapped area is the secret spot. Until you start seeing our science converted into technology that is applicable for our own industry, then reaching Vision 2020 is going to remain a challenge. And this is what I call a clear path for transformation. I am excited that even our own leaders have said that enough of this nonsense. We have to transform. We have to change. They didn't leave it at just changing. We have to be among the top economies on earth. So it all started with our late president, and we were scared because when he died, we thought, as usual, when you change government, the whole thing will change. We were shivery. I actually was very, very shivery. And when the acting president then came on board, he actually launched the Vision 2020 document. And I was very excited that for the first time, we have a continuity of policies, which is a good thing for us. And that document literally says that our GDP has to change from $200 to $300 billion to actually $900 billion in the next 8 years. This is the message of the Vision 2020 document. How we do it is now part of the challenge. So I went to the internet, I got all the top 20 economies, and I wanted to see where does Nigeria want to enter with its own $900 billion. So I found it there. Nigeria has to beat Iran, Turkey, Taiwan, Australia, and Indonesia to enter with its own $900 billion, assuming that these countries don't change. If these countries were football teams, Siasia will actually beat them. But we're talking about GDP and economic change. So, again, after launching it, we now came to electioneering time. I was shivering again. And I think the president was worried because you remember, contest, you cannot contest, the northerners should continue, southerners cannot. So all this quagmire. And the gentleman was thinking about it. What do I do? He thought about it. He prayed about it. And he finally decided that he's going to contest. Should I finish? Okay. And he contested. And he won. When he won, and now he's looking more relaxed. And I believe this is a clear index that will move. But what is exciting to me is that the president said during his campaign that we are going to run our economy based on science and technology, because nowhere in this world now that you can move your economy without science and technology. For the next 4 years, we will emphasize so much on science and technology because we have no choice. Without that, we are just dreaming. This is for the first time the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will clearly demonstrate that we are ready and we can transform this country using scientific and technological ways to innovate. So I'm excited. And literally what he is saying is that the government is going to provide the political, economic, moral, and technological leadership so that the knowledge system will respond. We will be producing science, good technology, good capacity to power our industry so that we can develop. This is the traditional triple helix that actually sustains any country. And therefore, in my belief, in the next few years, libraries in Nigerian universities will be like this. Laboratories in Nigerian universities will transform to become like this. Our roads constructed by Nigerians will be like this. We will also qualify to construct our trains to make our leaders proud. We will provide power, as you can see that we are beginning to make progress, and all should be made by Nigerians. We will ensure that we establish ICT infrastructure, especially now that we are in space. Even our farming will now be modernized so that we are deploying biotechnology and genetic engineering to make sure that the young people coming out of universities will also become farmers. We will be constructing, designing, branding, and marketing our own machinery for our agriculture. In fact, even animal husbandry will become modernized so that Nigerian cows will be carrying milk tanks of this nature so that every child in Nigeria can be able to have access to very cheap milk. Our manufacturing sector indigenously will change so that we too, we can be able to establish industries of this nature and innovating products that can be consumed all over. And I'm not dramatizing this, I think it is possible. It is possible because it has happened somewhere else. They were lower than us. It's a desert country. The leadership came and said we will change just like our leader did. And this same road changed to become the most modern Bolivar in the whole world in less than 15 years. If they can do it, we too, we can. But if you think that is only happening, I'm giving example of successes outside, look at this spot. Oshodi in 2007. Leadership came in and said, enough of this nonsense. In less than 2 years, that place changed and became a fantastic. Vision 2020, as a scientist, it must have a process. Vision 2020 does not exist if you do not have a Vision 2011. There must be a Vision 2012. There must be a Vision 2013, 2014. Every year we must increase a little bit. So the management assignment I have for our own team, our organization here, is to enable us to make sure that how do we set these points? How do we monitor them? How do we ensure that we are partnering together? How do we ensure that our knowledge system is powering us to gradually move on this vision-led so that by 2020, you will find that those schools that we used to know in our own rural areas that is under trees will gradually become schools that at least the children have got a room to sit on until we have schools that have got VSAT connectivity and operating at the highest level. So that even our children, not that they will become white children, but they should be using IT facilities at the highest level. That's a gradual process. Second, we must also learn that our infrastructure in rural areas that are challenging like this will gradually start maturing with us working together so that we can be able to improve them to this level so that they are at least motorable until we gradually get to a point whereby we have formalized them and they are standard. Also, our manufacturing for agriculture will also change from these levels so that we too we are producing both small and large tractors to cater for both our small and large farmers. Our farming system should change from these primitive levels using our biotechnology capability, so as I said, so that our farms can change. Even our suburban areas and our towns that now have got real environmental and sewage challenges will change to Abuja becoming a mega city. And I never forget my hometown, Yola also has to change to become a modern city. And for this to happen, as we are doing here, we have to actually put our hands on deck and say that we have to change. Now, there are challenges to this, and I want to very quickly, over 5 minutes, demonstrate to you some of my experiences. This is my hometown, Yola, using an aerial photograph. Where you see that arrow pointing is my father's house. That was where I was born. And this was me. I was 12 years old. I was in secondary school. I went to a very good school. And then I went to University of Maiduguri. I graduated with an engineering degree. I was very lucky. I went to the United Kingdom to study in Cranfield Institute of Technology, one of the best schools in the kind of engineering that I studied. Dr. Mansour is also my alma mater Oga. Yes, engineer, no, is the same. But you see, this is where problem for Nigeria starts. When you go to a foreign country, UK or America or Asia, that country has got no time to adjust its education system to fit with your backwardness. It is you who will have to adjust your backwardness to fit with their high level of technical expertise. If you don't do that, you will graduate and you will find that you must diaspora.